Hey guys and girls, how's it going, and welcome back to another episode of Material Energy Hypercubed with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant, having yourself a great day as always. So I've been doing a load of work between this and the last episode, just trying to do a little bit of self-improvement. I know it sounds really strange, doesn't it? But, you know, if we're going to be going into any extra cells, we're going to need to make sure that we're able to do so without dying every 10 seconds. We're getting very close to that, so I think it's about time we did a little bit of self-improvement. Now, we started in the last episode by making this auto spawner from Ender.io, and we fitted up a Killer Joe and a chamber here, a vat, to make our horrible, dirty nutrient distillation from heads and sugars and things. There's nothing worse. I don't know if it tastes that bad, you know, rotten head and sugar, but I guess the sugar helps, so that's something. But I looked at you guys' comments, and you're totally right. The diamond spikes do work for gathering experience. So I've changed that around. I had to make the Killer Joe anyway for a quest, so it's not like I've lost anything. But I made a load of diamond spikes. I got loads of diamonds. I keep getting a lot of people asking me to go to, or I should go and get the Miner's Delight. I've actually already got it. I've had it for ages now. I did show it off in a previous episode, so maybe some of you guys missed that episode, but yeah, I have got it, so diamonds aren't much of a problem. So I made those, which is good, and I've also been tightening up some of my weapons, you know, drawing the strings back and sharpening the edges. We now have a new bow, which is Patty, and this one is a fairly good bow. It needs a lot of work, because it's only just been made, really. But it's got a fairly decent drawback speed for being a longbow, and with longbows you want to try and have arrows that are heavier, because it says in the little tooltip that heavier arrows are better for this guy. And so far the drawback speed is, let's have a look, something like, I don't know if it's around here. Drawback speed 1.45 seconds, and that's not bad, you know, that's alright. I've added some additional modifier and whatnot to it, so it's fairly decent. I've also made Tsubaki, which is going to be my rapier, and this one's currently sitting at 10 attack damage, so it's pretty good. I must admit, I do like this one, and it's not one-shotting, but it's close. And I think when we get it, you know, a little bit more leveled up, it's going to be pretty good. I haven't really added anything to it just yet, except for just buttloads of quartz to bring the damage value up. But obviously, as we use it, we're going to get more modifiers because it's going to gain experience and stuff. The other thing that I have made is this little guy, the Experience Obelisk. I'm using this instead of using a tank, because if I use a tank, then I've only got to drain the tank out into the obelisk anyway. So I thought it's, well, you know, it makes more sense to just use the obelisk. But what this does is it holds experience for us. It's basically like an experience tank that instead of having to drain the experience out of the tank to be able to access it from like an open blocks tank or a shower, we can just do this and I just do that and boom, I just get all the levels. So pretty good. I like that. We're going to be playing with that today, as well as a couple of these filing cabinets for swords and whatnot. And I also, what else did I do? There was something else that I did that I can't remember what it is. Oh, yeah, I made a load more heart canisters, because we had those necrotic bones, didn't we? And this guy here has been supplying me with some miniature red hearts, which is pretty good. If we can get a load of these, I'll use these as food, because these little guys can be eaten to restore 10 hearts. They're pretty good like that. So, yeah. Another thing I did notice, which I had no idea about, I didn't even know this recipe was there, because, you know, I don't check every recipe, but the hearts that you get, so, and this is ridiculous, because I don't know what I did with all my ones. I've had a good few throughout this playthrough, and I think I've just chucked half of them, because I was like, well, I'm not playing in hardcore mode, so they don't really matter to me. But these guys, you can use your full hearts, plus paintballs, which is basically matter balls that are painted, and that gives you the yellow heart canisters. I had absolutely no idea that you can do those to make the miniature yellow hearts. And then you can do these with those, and emeralds with green painted and octadic capacitors to make the green hearts. I had absolutely no idea you could do that. So from now onwards, these full heart canisters, I am 100% going to be holding on to these if I get any of these. I know we can get some of them in wall bags, and I've had a couple in chests here and there, so I'm going to keep a close eye out for those from now onwards. So if you're just starting to play, or you haven't started playing yet and you're thinking about it, save those hearts. Even if you're not playing on hardcore mode, save the hearts. They're well worth it. But let me show you these. I opened this up just so I could test this out, and the bow seems to be one-shotting, which is pretty good. Ooh. And the rapier does a pretty decent amount of damage. which is always good. It's not a massive amount. You know, the rapier is not known for doing damage, but it is known for being able to go through any type of defenses, doesn't it? It goes straight through any type of armors, so, which is pretty good, so. Yeah, I like that. Alright, let's place these back down. Oh, didn't want to do that. Let's get these back down. There we go. Cool beans. So thank you to everyone in the comments that gave me some really good suggestions between this and the last episode. It's been very helpful. And we'll pop you back there. Let's get these back down. Good stuff. Now, what we're going to make today is something to be able to use our experience, and maybe, just maybe, we'll make a farm as well. Depends if we have enough time to do it. Good stuff. But I would like to be able to use this. I also made a dark steel anvil. Ooh, it's like a regular anvil, but it doesn't break as quick, which is, you know, always nice. I was going to use the auto anvil from Open Blocks, and I decided, you know, I'm not going to do that, because it means I have to then use my experience to do the anviling, right? And I just didn't see the point in doing that. If I'm trying to save experience, then I'd rather just make more dark steel and do it that way. So, let's have a look at this guy. So, I think it's called the enchanter. Let's have a look. Here we go, yeah, the enchanter. So, this guy requires dark steel, a book, and some of those. So let's grab the enchanter. Good stuff. Now, we're also going to need a particular type of book to be able to do this. I believe we need a book and quill. So for this, I need ink sacs, which I don't think I have any of those. We make ink sacs? We can't. We need carbon black. And I'm also going to need, yeah, so feathers and ink sacs. How many feathers have I got? 11. Alright, so I got enough feathers. It's just ink sacs that I'm going to need. And I don't think I have any black wool. Let's see if there's an easier way to do it. No. Carbon black is made. Let's see if there's something particular we can use. Grey wool, black wool. Let's have a quick look actually, see what wools I have. Oh, green wool in there. I believe I can use coloured soul sand black. I think I can use this to get it. Let's give it a try. Go down. Oh, I got mushrooms again. And then they just randomly spawn now and then. They randomly spawn. I kill them. They spawn again. So let's use our chemical decomposer and see if this gives... Yeah, carbon black. Nice. So I can do this with this to give me ink sacs. Nice. I like that. How many more have I got? Carbon black. Got a few more. I think I do have some more wool somewhere that I can use as well. So 5's going to be more than enough for the time being, at least for this episode. So what we can do with this, which is pretty cool, is we can use different types of materials to make enchanted books, and then we can obviously enchant the books. So let's just make a load of these, because I'm gonna use them all anyway. So we'll do that, and now we can go upstairs. Oh, I need a certain type of material as well, so I'm gonna use dark steel, because this is probably the one that I'm going to use mostly. You could pretty much do any enchant like this as well, but you do need particular items to be able to do those enchants. Inside the enchanter, it does actually say which ones you can use, which is pretty handy. So let's pop this around here, I guess. Yeah, and it basically uses levels to make things. So I can put this in here plus this, I believe. And I do need levels for it, obviously. So let's grab my levels out here. So we can do a book and quill plus dark steel. No? Oh, 16 dark steel. Oh, wow, that's really expensive. I thought it was 1. Well, that serves me, doesn't it? 16 dark steel to be able to do this. And I wonder if I can pump the XP in. We'll have to check that out in a minute, but... It's not like dark steel is like expensive to make, because it's not, but I didn't expect it to be 16 dark steel. It's insane. This is kind of a lot like you can do with the dark armor that you can make, the dark steel armor, because you can obviously you can add items to give it certain benefits. So that does that, and then we can do that. Let's look at some of the other ones that we can do. So we can use blaze powder to get fire protection. We can use potions of decay to get decay. Withering dust. Ooh, gives it withering. Wither gives us decay. Emeralds for fortune. Obsidian for unbreaking. Skelly hat, so head for that. Fire aspect. Yeah, not bad. So I can take this and it will give me a book for protection. So I can basically use this to get myself loads of good stuff. Uses XP to combine items created enchanted books. Yeah. So now I could go over here and I could... Oh no, I go to the anvil. And I could enchant this guy. No. Where is it? I need my armor. Yeah, so I can enchant my armor to give me protection 1. How cool is that? I really like that. I like that we can basically use our items to give us the particular type of enchant that I'm after. It is, you know, it's kind of expensive because dark steel, like I say, it's not that expensive, but obsidian, coal, and iron, you know, it's just a bit of a pain in the butt to make. But you are getting the exact type of upgrades that you're after, so, and you know what? I'm all about getting the exact type of upgrades. If we're going on a self-improvement program here, we might as well go for the best paid one, right? And generally, that's not the cheapest option in the book. Now, let's get ourselves something that we're actually going to want to upgrade. So I think I'm going to go with Orichalcum from now on, because this is basically a step up for us. Orichalcum is pretty good, I must admit. So I'm basically going to make myself a full set of Orichalcum before we go on our next outing, because I think it's going to come in mega handy. And Orichalcum isn't the most enchantability. It hasn't got the highest enchantability, but it doesn't really matter that much for me because I'm only going to be using a couple of certain enchants anyway. And yeah, it's going to work just fine. So we can take you and we can do you, and that'll give us protection 1. Pretty cool, right? And then obviously we can add the additional protections onto it as well. I'm not sure if you can add, I think you can add the books together, can't you, to add up the different types of protection, but yeah, I like that. And then obviously we can add the other books to it to increase the protection value. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do between now and our next outing into one of the other types of cells. I'm going to go and sort out all of my armor so I have really decent armor so we get a load of protection. And my tools are looking pretty good. They just need a little bit of warming up. I must admit, I did try something a little bit silly when I was off camera, because it was just is inkling in the back of my head. You know, you try silly things and then you realize it doesn't work, and then you think, you know what, that was a pretty silly idea. But basically, what I did is I made an autonomous activator, and with that autonomous activator, I tried to put my rapier in it and then place it down here and try and get it to hit the pigs and see if it would level up my rapier. Doesn't work. I didn't think it would work, but it was just one of those things I really wanted to try. So I felt like a bit of an idiot after I did it, but I'm happy that it didn't work in a weird way. Yeah. Alright, let's put all this stuff in here. I'm not going to wear my armor yet because I don't want to take any damage at all. I want it to be pristine before we go into the next place. But let's look at this farming business, because we're going to want to do some farming so we can get all of the stuff for the quests. And I don't really know a decent way to farm cocoa beans just yet, but I don't think we can do it with Ender IO farms. Or we might be able to, but I've never tried. So I might give that a go at some point, because we're going to need those for cookies. It's either that or I go down the route of making like the UMAS stuff and then doing all that with a reactor, but it's just a bit of a pain in the butt, isn't it, to try and do that. So let's have a look at the farming station. So the farming station is going to require all of these bits. I'm going to need to make a diamond hoe, so let's make one of those, and we'll pop you in here. What am I missing? I need a machine casing. There we go. And I'm also going to need some electrical steel. I don't think I have any electrical steel lying around. Let's have a look. So electrical steel is coal powder, silicon, and iron ingots. Alright, I'm going to go make some of those guys, and we will be right back. Alright, so I think this is going to work. I've made one of these guys. I'm going to give it a double layer capacitor, because I think what this does is it extends the range from 7x7 to 11x11, but it does increase the amount of power that it's going to consume. So let's start giving it the old powers. We're going to run it off over this way. And what we're going to be making to start with is cactus and sugarcane. I think that's going to be the first two things that I would like to make. Actually, I'm thinking, actually, I'll have all of that sugarcane, and 1/4 will be cactus, And the other quarter is going to be pumpkins. Yeah. Because pumpkins are cool. I like pumpkins. Have I got anything to make this a lot faster? I got you. Good stuff. Yeah, so that, I think, is going to be the plan. Let's go downstairs and grab a bit of dirt. And we'll get all my seeds and bring them up. And then we'll get a couple of chests or something like that. So we can pump all the stuff in. So let's grab ourselves a couple of chests. Here we go. And I thought I already had an orichalcum chestplate then. I realised that was the one I just made. I was like, what? When did I get that? Alright, so we'll do you. And we're also going to want a load of dirt for that guy. So let's get a couple of compressed ones. Good stuff. So we'll grab you. Cool beans. A couple of doubles maybe. Throw you back in there again. Me likey. Alright. And we're also going to want a water bucket. Cool beans. Plus all our seeds and goods. So sugarcane, cactus, and the other one I need is pumpkin seeds. Alright. Let's go and give this a try. See how it works. I'm hoping it's going to work alright. That means I'm also going to need a iron pipe as well, isn't it? So let's get ourselves a iron pipe. Cool. So we can pull out all our stuff that we don't need. All the stuff that we're going to gather from it. I've never tried this with pumpkins and things before. I've always used this with like just your generic crops. You know, the ones that you always use. So I'm kind of finding this fun to give it a go. But it's going to use up more power, but I think it's going to definitely be worth it. So the seeds need a place to place the fruit, don't they? Or fruit, kind of. So we'll do it kind of like this. If we have water running down here. Like that, I guess. Guess that'll work. We could kind of... Oh, I don't know. It will sort itself out. I don't actually know if it, like, auto-places things like sugarcane and auto-places stuff like cactus. Because, you know, they have certain placing mechanics, don't they? They're not just place and go. They need to be a certain way round. But either way, we'll see how it turns out. So we'll pop these along here. There we go. And we'll get our item pipe fixed up. Alrighty then. And I know there's the whole thing about cactus grows faster on what and sugarcane grows faster on who what. All together now, I couldn't care less. I actually think someone said it doesn't make a difference. If I'm right, there is no difference in what you put it on. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure someone said that somewhere down the line. So let's get you and you. And we'll have this one as the input and this one as the output. Yeah. And we're also going to set this to push. And I can't remember if this needs to be changed to a certain type, but I don't think it does. Who knows? Alright, so let's look at the how this is going to be done. I wonder if those change when you're doing it. Southeast. I actually haven't got the slightest of clues, to be honest with you. But we're just gonna try. Actually, I could probably do this, couldn't I? So we're currently looking south, and that's west. So southwest and northwest. Southwest and northwest. These guys here are going to be sugarcane. I did plant it. Good stuff. Awesome. Let's do that. And then for the northeast is going to be pumpkin. I wonder if it'll place those. I don't know. That's kind of a weird one, isn't it? And for southeast, we would have cactus. Yeah, it places the cactus just fine. But it doesn't want to place the pumpkin seeds. Oh, it's because I am getting a hoe. That would be why. What is this again? This is northeast. So northeast. So it should hoe it. Yep. There we go, good stuff. Lovely jubbly. Oh, I wonder if it doesn't need the water there. It might not even need water there. Alright, good stuff in that case. I'm fine with that. It's just this guy needs water to be placed next to, doesn't it? But I like how it's actually automatically gone and, you know, sorted out. It's figured out where it needs to place them, and it's placed them accordingly. Especially with things like these guys and the cactus, so they're all placed correctly. As we get more, it's going to go ahead and it's going to replace, it's going to make sure that the areas are full of what they need to be full with. So you can see that we probably could do with more cactus, and that should do the trick. Actually, let's run downstairs quickly and grab some more cacti. And we'll pop that guy in there, because we don't need these here anymore now, do we, if we're going to be using this. So we might as well grab all of this and take it upstairs. Now, I'm not going to be using garden soil because, to be totally honest, I've noticed no difference in garden soil. I know it's meant to be better, but it's made zero difference for me, so I'm going to stick with regular dirt. Plus, I think garden soil's like a little bit more expensive to make, isn't it? Oh, I can't even make it. Alright. Well, I guess we'll go with that anyway. So let's pop the rest of these in here. Here we go. So the cactus was northwest. Oh, no, wrong one. Wrong one. Sorry. Oh, I love how you can have the cactus between... Actually, no, you couldn't do that, could you? But hey, it's still pretty cool, isn't it? Where did the other one go? Did it get eaten up? Oh, there it is. You hiding away in there. What are you doing over there? Alright, let's go back to this. So, where are we looking? East? Southeast. So, southeast is cacti. And then you guys can go in there. Cool beans. Alright, we got it working. Nice. I like that. So now we just wait. And as the stuff grows, it's going to grow very nicely. And any additional bits that we get are going to go inside our chest. Yeah, nice. It's going to be awesome. So I think we're getting very close to being able, very close in our self-improvement program. It's kind of like when, whenever you watch a film like Kickboxer or something like that, when the old Van Damme goes on a little mission to somewhere in Taiwan where he meets up with Mr. Miyagi and he gets chased by a dog. That's pretty much what we're going through right here. But he generally comes out the victor in the end, so we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But we've got a lot done between the last couple of episodes that I'm really impressed with, especially with getting this place set up. You know, I think it's working quite nicely. I do need to invest in some more spawners because these spawners are fairly slow, and I know that I can add more capacitors to it to increase them, but that increases the speed in which the power goes in. So I think I might need to upgrade some of my cables as well, because these are kind of the basic cables. So yeah. Like, you can see that's almost, like, capping out, isn't it? So, I'm going to need probably a decent amount of power come through these if I'm going to run more spawners to have them going continuously. But all in all, it's working very nicely. And with my increase of weapons from Patty and Tsubaki, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape to enter our next cell. And our next one is the Biosphere Hypercubed, which is going to be exciting. Cool beans. Alright guys, well that's going to be that for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one as always. And goodbye.